We're celebrating Kidney Health Awareness this month. So we're doing a kidney maintenance workshop on the 15th of this month, 15th of March, where we're going to dive into, everything about the kidney when it comes to looking at the kidney for energy. We don't do medicine here. Herbs is not medicine. Your body doesn't need medicine. Your body needs to be fueled. Your body needs energy. And that energy is what we are. Literally what we are. So now you're going to look at the kidney for what it is and just get a better understanding of it. Because once you start observing, especially the things that you put in the body, it's not hard to, how to put it, boy, to energize the body to get it to get kidneys functioning efficiently. It's not. That's one of the easiest things. That's why we do, we're doing this 6-day kidney maintenance, starting the Sunday, which is the 16th. And you go for 6 days. Drink tea, you're just staying away from certain foods. And we're drinking one blend, that's it. All we're doing with the kidneys, so there's a lot of drinking, of course. But you drink as much as you can. It's up to you. At the end of the day, you know what you feel. And, just don't get your feelings mixed up with the thought feelings, right? The ones that come from the words, the ones that come from thinking, right? Because the thinking is what generates the belief, and then once the belief is generated, now the body starts reacting to that belief. But anyway, we're back again, another episode of the Herbal Artist Hotline. This is where you could ask your questions, share your comments. Feel free to hashtag conditions in the chat. If you want to come up on the live, and just vibe about a condition you're dealing with. Here, we just look at everything for what it is, which is energy. And you classify energy, or you look at it for what it is. You look at this planet. Everything needs what? Needs one thing, which is space. Space is everything and it's nothing. It's everywhere and it's nowhere. Space is also the unseen. That's one. So we have space. Now, due to the fact that we have space, we have air, water, earth, and fire. We have space to play in. So once you have these 5, you what? You're dealing with energy. That's it. But when you're dealing with energy, that's it. That's all. That's how simple it is. Now, when you look at the body is the same thing. The body is air, water, earth, and fire. And the space is the mind. It's the unseen. It is what we are. It is what pilots your body. So, when you look at the body for energy, keep it simple. How could you not know at any given point in time what you need? What the body needs, right? Not self. Self is out of this. It's about the mind and body. How could you not know what the body needs? You will always know what the body needs. Because you're not dealing with what? You're not dealing with a bunch of language, a bunch of words. Right? We're not word playing here to get you to believe, to try to get you to believe in something. There's no belief here. Nope. If that's what you're here for, then you ain't gonna find it. Because you can't believe that you heal. You can't believe that you well, whatever word you want to use. You have to know it, because when you know it, what happens? The body takes the action. There's only 2 things. There's the mind and the body. The mind is the unseen. That's where everything comes from. All so-called life comes from the darkness. Just because the lights come on, that doesn't mean the darkness has gone anywhere. That's why we say it's everywhere and it's nowhere, because space is the darkness. And that's why I always say, choose to know why they call you black. If for some reason someone calls you black, or any word that describes black, choose to know why they're calling you black. Don't believe in your blackness. I'm saying? Because the believing coming from where? The feelings that are generated by what? Language. No, we're not on that. We are knowing. So we know the body needs what? Know the body needs water. So what are we going to do to get that water in the body so the body could be hydrated? You're walking around, you're working all day, your mouth getting dry, everything. You're heating up, you're sweating. How long does it take before you go and drink water? You know when to go drink water. Right? But here man comes now and say, well, you have to take this time for break. You got 2 breaks, and then you have a lunch, and you can't, that type of bullshit. But you know when your body needs water, and therefore you should give the body what it needs. But we're here today giving the body what it wants, right? And the body doesn't want anything. The body needs to be fueled. The wants come from whom? The wants come from self, who you have become today, right? Self is the number one battle you have. Self is the number one battle you have when it comes to the mind, because self is the language. Self is everything that you have been taught, and once you could describe anything with language, you have been taught, and that this description is what gives you sight. Now, this is where you hear they say seeing is believing. Seeing is not believing, because we see what happens when people see shit, and certain people go to court and they say it's not that. If they say it's not that, then it's not that. So seeing is not believing at all. So when you hear it's all about the energy of what we are, we just keep it simple, man. That's it. All of the thinking, all the words come compounding and happening in your mind that you're thinking about is what? What is that thinking doing? That thinking is working on generating feelings. You're thinking about doing this, you're thinking about doing that. You don't do anything unless you feel it. This is why the thinking is involved. This is why you were taught to think. And all you think about is what you've been taught, which is what? Language. You wasn't taught anything else. Everything else is just, it's all language, that's all it is. So, don't be generating all these feelings and be feeling all what? Emotional, right? That's where emotions come from, because your feelings are being generated. This is why we say emotions is not real. It's not a real thing, because they're being generated by what? Language. True feeling is what you feel. True feeling is being what we are. Like the animals that move when it's time to move, when they feel it, right? That's it. Everything that it happens on the planet and the universe, if it wasn't felt, there's no movement. Simple as that. All right, but you could go as deep as you want. We choose to just stay on the body, stay on the mind, and that's it. It's just interesting how people with stones or kidney problems still put in sugar, still put in like processed food within the body. That's a mental health issue. We talk about this shit all the time, because you have to be taught. It's just like sugar. You were taught that sugar is a fuel to the body. You could get energy to go. You feeling down. You give the body sugar, talking about you low on glucose. Nah, because what does the sugar do? The sugar is a poison. So you wonder why your adrenals is burnt out at what? At 2? At 3? At 4? At 5? And then you stressed out for the rest of your life. Because your body is constantly in fight or flight. How is the immune system going to build if you're giving it the processed food? It can't build, because it's constantly working. And now it's to the point where it's starting to bind back together within the kidney, creating stones that the body is pushing it out no matter what. The body is going to do whatever it have to do. The body knows it needs to be here. The mind knows it as well, but the mind is under the manipulation of the language. We know the stone is causing what? A blockage, right? The body will work at it to get that shit out. And if it had to push it out big and slice up the damn kidney and slice up the urethras and all these different parts of your urinary system and bring on infections and all these type of stuff. Because when you see stones is passing out, as a matter of fact, sugar is passing out, it's just slicing and dicing your tissue. This is how now you see with the slicing and the dicing of the tissue, the inner lining, you get infections, because now the body is what? Is open. So that now urine is coming out, and urine could what? Go right back in the body. And it's because of these stones, because these stones is what did the slicing and the dicing while you were passing them out. What is these stones? These stones made of sugar. The sugar just bind together because you're putting too much sugar and not enough water. The only thing that moves that fucking sugar is water. Dilute that shit. But always diluted, it's still there. It's still there. And it's like shards of glass. Just how they just tell you to spread the artificial earth, the dirt around your plants, so when the bugs and them go through it, slice and dice the bug and dehydrate them and all of that type of stuff. Exact same thing going on inside the body. You know difference? The only difference is with sugar. On the 15th of March. So you all could come out, and then on the 16th of March we go where? We start we own maintenance, 6-day maintenance of the kidney. From there we go into April to the liver cleanse. You know, we have to cleanse our liver because there are certain things that, you know, when you really understand how the body functions and things, which you should, because it's your body that you form, your mind form. The body is compromised once the liver has been breached, right? To the point where the liver cannot hold them back anymore. It's so much toxic waste, so much sugar in the body, that the liver is just like, oh, let that shit in, man. Let's let that shit in. Because he can't do nothing. Because now he has so many different tasks to do because of the sugar. Because remember, the sugar is still inside the body, scarring up your veins and arteries, your heart, your kidney, all these things going, embedding into your cells, you know, doing a lot of damage. So the liver has to do a lot more. Now, your body is in fight or flight mode because you just poison the body. Your adrenals is going off constantly. You thinking it's energy because man taught you that sugar is a fuel to the body. But we know for a fact that sugar is a man-made product, a poison that has been designed to be sweet. When it comes to sweet in nature, that's just minerals being absorbed. There is no sugar in the earth. But man makes this thing called sugar, and it is sweet, designed to be sweet to destroy the body. That's as simple as that. Because, and how you get to destroy the body, you have to teach that sugar is this great thing. Not now, knowing that the being, right, needs sweet. Why not introduce sugar and have it in every product on the shelf? All kind of, every processed food is dead food. It's sugar. The only reason why when it comes to meat is because you cook it, right? Processed meat is because you cook it. That's the only reason why it don't affect you as much as, you know, all the starch, the so-called starches and all the wordplay. But let me call it what it is. It's sugar. Right? That type of sugar put on weight faster because it just piling on. And the more toxicity gets in the body, the fight or flight is ongoing. Now the immunity is what? The immunity has been kicked in from day one. And coming up on April the 4th, we won't be starting the liver cleanse. So let's check out the liver cleanse group. If you need a kit, there's a few artists that have kits. They should be there posted. Blends from last year, the teas and stuff. It's up as well. So if you just do the search, and you should be able to find it. If you want to blend your own teas, you blend it and drink your own blend. I would like for our first timer to blend their own teas, right? Because only 3 teas we use. Blend their own teas and really do it with intention, just to really see after the 30 days how they feel. That would be lovely. I would like to see that. I would like to hear that story. Anyway, y'all, with that, that was another episode of your Blazes Hotline where you could ask your questions, share your comments. Feel free to hashtag conditions in the chat if you want to come up on the live and just, vibe about a condition you're dealing with. We're going to wrap up now and head over to the herb swap, right? Because that is going on from 10 to about 5 or 6 today. If you need herbs, or if you have herbs that you like to trade, there's no money involved here, no currency or anything like that, just energy.